In a quiet classroom filled with ambition, two students stood at the top. Every test, every assignment, every moment became a battlefield where pride and perfection collided relentlessly. Grades were not just numbers anymore. They became proof of superiority, a silent language of competition, where every decimal point carried the weight of identity and unspoken rivalry. When both achieved identical results, frustration replaced satisfaction. Winning no longer meant success unless the other person stood one step behind, watching from second place. Late nights became routine. Sleep faded into background noise as determination sharpened into obsession, each driven by the invisible presence of the other. Exams turned into silent duels. Every second ticked louder, every answer carried weight, and every glance reminded both competitors that victory was never guaranteed. One small loss shifted everything. The balance cracked, and what once felt like a game transformed into something deeper, more personal, and far more dangerous. Behind the rivalry, something unexpected began to grow. Not admiration, not yet, but a recognition that only one person truly understood the pressure. Fate intervened quietly. A group assignment forced two rivals into the same space, turning competition into collaboration and discomfort into unavoidable proximity. At first, every word carried resistance, but slowly, conversations shifted from arguments into discussions, revealing unexpected compatibility beneath the surface tension. Something changed in the silence between sentences. The rivalry softened, replaced by a rhythm that felt strangely natural, almost effortless. Laughter entered where tension once lived. Walls built from competition began to crack, revealing something neither expected nor prepared to face. The rivalry no longer defined everything. Instead, a new dynamic formed, one that blurred lines between opponent and ally, between competition and connection. Success returned, but it felt different now. Winning no longer required defeat, and the need to outshine slowly transformed into something more balanced. Confusion replaced certainty. Feelings once buried under ambition began to surface, creating questions neither had ever needed to answer before. Awareness made everything heavier. Simple conversations felt loaded, and silence carried meanings that words could no longer easily explain. Distance returned briefly, as both tried to regain control, but the connection refused to disappear, lingering quietly beneath every interaction. Eventually, honesty replaced hesitation. Conversations deepened, revealing not just intelligence, but vulnerability, trust, and understanding. The rivalry didn't disappear. It evolved. What once divided now connected, turning competition into motivation shared rather than fought alone. Strength no longer came from standing above the other. It came from standing beside someone who pushed limits while understanding every struggle. Even in competition, something had changed forever. Victory became shared growth, and success carried meaning beyond simple numbers. What began as rivalry became something stronger, a connection forged in pressure, sharpened by challenge, and softened by understanding. Sometimes the greatest rival becomes the only person who truly sees everything, and in that realization, competition transforms into something unexpectedly beautiful.